Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals and I am excited to share with you my latest journal that I've made. It is a vintage French document journal because I had a subscriber request to make a document journal, and I don't know if I've made a document journal before, but I made things similar to this where I'm just using all vintage pages and a lot of vintage French obviously for this journal. And when I'm making a document journal, I'm looking for layers like this, and yeah, I just love how this looks. I love the layers here as well, and the interesting different types of papers, all authentic. And I've used this really cool 1877 magazine or newspaper from France. So I have no idea what it says. So I can't quite tell if it was a magazine or a newspaper. But it feels like sort of the closest thing I can think of is newspaper. It feels, I love the texture, like even though it's turned into a journal cover, it still actually feels like the newsprint, and it sounds like it too, like the crinkle and the feel of it. It feels so good. So I used the front cover of that magazine for the front cover of the journal, the back cover of the magazine for the back cover, and then I used a page here and all the pages that I did receive from that magazine. I pulled them all apart and used them in the journal as well. So love how that features 1877, you guys. How cool is that? So let's do a flip through. It is available if anyone's interested. It's available via email, so feel free to email me. My email's down below in the description box. Just let me know your country so I can also include a shipping price as well. And just as an extra little bonus, I got this piece here to go with the journal. Little treasures like this. It's very grungy, but little treasures like this, these came inside it, and I just kept them in there for whoever may get this journal. Like, look at that. Just such cool history. So cool. Look at that old paper. I get asked where I get my vintage documents and ledgers and vintage French things from. So if I don't get them in person from op shops and vintage shops, mostly in Melbourne is where I go to the vintage shops because there's not really any here where I live. But I go to Etsy pretty much. Sometimes eBay, but it's mostly Etsy. And I consider going to Etsy like op shopping, just online op shopping, because you never know what you're going to find. So you might do a search one day and be like, oh, I found nothing, and be like, well, that's it. Etsy's no good for me. No. I go like once a month and just shop around on Etsy, window shopping, looking at what's there, because there's always different things up there. And I just type in, vintage French documents, ephemera, vintage ledgers, and see what comes up. Look at this. This is so cool. Oh, I was so tempted to use these pieces for my book, like as collage pieces for making background pages for my book. But I was like, no, I want this to be extra special. Like, as the envelope it came in, it's so old, it's falling apart, and put that in here where it belongs, because that's where it all was. I just love that history. Oh, I love vintage. Vintage is my favorite thing to make journals out of. So this one here, there's lots of things in this journal, lots of vintage French pages and ephemera tucked into pockets and paper clips. And I did it that way so that you can take them out and use them, because they're so precious, and to use for, making collage, for using to make tags or journal cards, collage masterboards, to decorate your journal pages with, to make journals with. This is a beautiful ledger, one of my favorite ones. This is a lovely vintage French postcard. Love the writing. There's the image on the front. And over here we've got this beautiful paper, 1924. Love. There are 3 coffee dyed papers in this journal, and I did that to make the pockets because, like I said, I don't want to sew or fold like things onto the page, because I just want to preserve them as much as possible and leave them clear so that you can read whatever's on there. You can use them however you want. When you're getting such beautiful documents like this, such history, I didn't want to cover them up, so I used the coffee dye pages to add the pockets in and add all of this beautiful ephemera. Look at this. Look at this. So cool. I just love script. I love script. I was telling my patrons when I did the sneak peek over there that you can see the dates. I love when you can see the dates. I love this type of like old script, vintage script. I think it's so pretty, so elegant, but I prefer scripts that you can't read because I don't want to be distracted by reading it and maybe reading something I didn't want to read or something like that. So I like really olden day script because even if when it's written in English, I still can't read it because it's just so curly. But I especially love vintage French, maybe because of that reason, because I know I won't be able to read it and I can just appreciate how it looks. And it's just so beautiful, so beautiful. One of my favorite ledgers here. I'm loving all these layers going on here to have a document journal. And another coffee dye page here with a vintage photograph. Very cool. And another letter there that folds out. Look at this. Oh, just stunning. Even like this, keeping that. I usually don't do this, but because this is a document journal, I want to preserve the paper as it came. But I usually just like clean edges in my own personal journals. Got another letter in here. So many amazing things in this journal. Oh my goodness. Love. This is my type of journal. That I especially love making with my favorite supplies. Oh my goodness, so cool, so cool. Look at that, look at that. I love this ledger. I love the ledgers that have the numbers. That's so cool. And I love the blank ledgers especially because I want to write on the ledgers. I want to use the ledgers to be written on and then pair it with other things that have the writing, like the handwritten letters. This one is a letter. It's quite a large letter and like writing everywhere, all the sides. It's amazing. It's so amazing. Very cool. And we've got another, I just love the darker pen there. This is so pretty. Anyone else like me that absolutely loves vintage and old script and French in particular? I don't know. I have no idea why I like it really. I think it is just because there's that history. There's another letter in here and you can see the script through it. There's another letter here. It's folded over the page and it opens up. Like there's so much material here that you can use for your own creative projects. And there's another one here. Again, it all opens up. Look at that. Look at that writing. Oh my goodness. Again, I was so tempted to use some of these for pages in my book, but I do have a whole bunch of vintage French letters. Oh, my cat is meowing at my door. See if I can hurry and then I can let him in. So yeah, look at this paper. Such an amazing texture too. Look at that writing. Amazing. Got another letter in this pocket. Love that. Love the stamping here and the actual vintage postage stamp. This is a really cool open envelope there and another letter at the back. So that is the Vintage French document journal. Hope you love it as much as I do, and if you would like to own it, feel free to email me and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.